Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to episode number 7 of this NHL 21 No First Rounders franchise mode here with the Milwaukee Pirates. If you guys have missed any episodes up to this point, go up into that top corner of the video right now. There will be a card with a link to the playlist. And also, if you do enjoy this episode, make sure to go down below, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit that notification bell to never miss when these uploads come out. And also, if you do want to possibly get featured, make sure to drop a comment below on this video. So last episode, we got through the draft and got our team set up for the next season after going out in round 1 to the Nashville Predators. So it was a pretty rough season, honestly. We could have done a lot better with this team. I was quite upset at how the season finished. So, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you get knocked out early, but we're going to have to move on here as this team has just not exactly gone where I was expecting them to, and it's too bad the way things have played out, but we're looking to bounce back. We made some big moves last episode, bringing in John Klingberg as a 30-year-old, as well as Shane Gostisbehere, so these guys should be really good additions to the team, especially on the offensive point production kind of side of things. And yes, we did downgrade in goal a little bit, but I'm not worried about it. I think the team is going to be just fine, and really, they're in good shape. Like, this team is good. There's no question about that. It's more so just a matter of are our prospects going to develop so much, because you go and look at this team, and yes, there are some fantastic players in here. A lot of them we have not brought in yet through the draft. Our biggest value name is Nico Risanen, who could turn out to be something. Apart from that, Chubasov, Bobrovsky, that's really about it. And an interesting comment last episode, let's get to the comments here right away, but an interesting comment last episode coming from Justin Goff saying you may want to trade your second rounder Bobrovsky since he's a playmaker and only has 65 puck control. I've had tons of players never make it from the second round since the puck control sucks. And that is an interesting comment. I do find that one very intriguing just based on the fact that yes, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. But the puck skills are just not there for a playmaker, which is a little concerning. So yeah, like, sure, the defense I don't know why his defense category is so good. I didn't actually look closely at his defense, but I honestly thought, when I first saw this comment, I honestly thought Justin was talking about Vladimir Chubasov, and I was like, man, what do you mean he's got 85 puck control? He's good. And, well, you know, Chubasov might make it, but Bobrovsky maybe not, honestly. So yeah, I don't know how that's going to play out exactly. We'll keep an eye on those guys. I don't know if we're going to make any more big trades right now. I think we're more so just going to focus on getting into the season here. And, you know, hopefully, like, guys like Malikov, Markstrom, maybe Zamnov, players like that start to develop. And, of course, the only other place where we have seen a little bit of development is in goal, where Greer, you know, could be good. But again, we'll see what happens there. And we did just get Tate Hawley here as well, who could turn out to be great, or could just kind of never grow and fly under the radar. So I believe right now we're sitting pretty good with picks as well. Not a crazy amount of picks, but we got an extra second rounder, which, you know, never hurts. And really, even if we did go and explore a trade for Bobrovsky, I don't know if we're going to even find one. That is the thing, is that, yes, he's a prospect. Okay, lots of teams trying to just ship out picks and players. That's interesting. There's a lot of interesting options in here. Sanheim was a lottery pick, unfortunately. I want to say Lawton was too, but I might be wrong. Arizona wants Bobrovsky in exchange for Nichushkin and a second rounder. See, I think that's equal value back, if not better, because Nichushkin is... Oh no, he's a lottery pick. Okay, so we can't take Valeri Nichushkin, but we could potentially take another player right around that same price range. Man, if we could get Connor Garland, that would have been great. he would have been a fantastic player, but his value is just way too high. Actually, hold on. Wow, he fits forward line 3. Dvorak's. Oh, Dvorak's a second rounder. No. Chychrun. Ooh. Yaka, what happened, man? That one stings as well. How is Zucker listed as a two-way forward and not a sniper? Like, what? Max Domi, really low value. What is going on with this team, man? There's some interesting players in this team. So what I would actually like to do here, if we can, would be to potentially trade Bobrovsky for a Gustav Nyquist replacement, if we could do that. Because you look at Nyquist, and yes, he's not bad value. Don't get me wrong there. He's in a pretty good spot, but we need a guy that fits that carry shoot efficient balance perfectly. And I don't know who that would be. Like, don't get me wrong, a guy like I want to say a guy like Brad Lambert would be a perfect fit for that, but I'm quite sure that would actually work. Let's go just with any forward who's a sniper. See what the value is there. See what we could pull off, man. I wish, but we just don't have any value near that. So now that I'm looking at it again, guys, I think our main options are either Arvidsson, Kaprizov, or Olofsson. So we're going to look at all those guys. Olofsson's ridiculously expensive. He's like 10 million bucks. But I got all my scouting done. I think we're going to sim right away here. But I had that question on what you guys think for captaincy. And we got 2 different comments that were both quite interesting. The first one here came from Ivan Walk that said, I think Stone deserves the captain because he's been a captain before and he's getting up there in age, so he won't be a captain for long, and when Stone is gone, you can give the C to Whitney. Great video. So thanks, Ivan, and great comment as well. And then Duke Storm said C to Point, ? He is a grinder player who plays the game the right way. I think he deserves it. So honestly, I was kind of torn on these comments at first, and I gave it some thought, and I think I like the explanation Ivan gave, because honestly, my number one choice was probably George Whitney, honestly. Get a younger captain in here who's got some real energy to lead the team, but I think we're going to go with George's comment just for now, and we're going to give Mark Stone the C, just to kind of guarantee that we have that bona fide leader on the team who's been in these situations before and is going to handle them the best. So yeah, Mark Stone going to get the C to start, and then we'll either hand it off to Whitney or Point after that. So I've got all my scouting done now, and I think that was it for what I was going to highlight for comments, but we're going to advance a little ways now, and hopefully we're going to pull off a deal to improve that top 6 a little more on the left wing and bring in a better player than Gustav Nyquist, even though, yes, he's been a great fit, but I think we are looking to replace him at this point. Alright, so we should have some scouting reports back now. Let's go search those best snipers again. And we are mainly looking at guys a bit further down here. Olofsson, guaranteed second line fit, but he's 10.1 million for the next 5 years. Probably too much money, especially since we haven't actually paid George Whitney yet. Kirill Kaprizov, also a second line fit. 25 years old, lower value. I think he's the pick, but then we also have Arvidsson as a backup option. So let's go make this move. Let's going to be a bit of a blockbuster here. We're bringing in Kirill. If we can. If we can. I mean, hey, Minnesota, you get some prospect value in return. Oh. Minnesota brought in Seth Jones. And has this Stapleton guy and Brylan. And wow, they've got an incredibly nice team overall. But I want Kaprizov. I think he is definitely the player we are looking into. And he's 6.8 million. So not crazy expensive, but also not cheap either, if that makes sense. And then, of course, Nyquist, good player, but 3 years at 6.2 million, he's a little pricey still, honestly. And if we can toss Bobrovsky into this deal, I'm okay with that. Minnesota would have too many skaters. Oh, you're kidding me. Okay. Who's matching their trade block? A lot of guys. Wow. They are looking to cap dump anybody and everybody. Okay. Could we... I would go with Scott Mayfield. I would be okay with that. Bring in Mayfield and Kaprizov for Bobrovsky and Nyquist. I think this would be a great deal. So honestly, yeah, let me know what you guys think on this one. Bit of an interesting one, and no projected, so we're going to have to give up something. And it's going to be that first rounder in 2028, I think. So that should get it done. We bring in another big name left winger. I say another. I guess Alex Tuch would have been our most big name player so far on the left. Or maybe Getzel, but still. So yeah, let's get this done. Kirill and Mayfield. Actually, any chance, Minnesota, any chance we could steal your third rounder next year? Please? Did I ask nicely enough? Yes, I did. We get Kirill Kaprizov. That is crazy. But at the same time, it really isn't. I'm really quite happy with that still. I think that's going to be a great deal for this team. And what's the issue here? Absolutely nothing besides I made a good move. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I'm thinking I made a good move. I assume Kaprizov's going to fit. We did the scouting. Oh, and he's only +3 on the chemistry. Well, that one sucks a little bit, but we also brought in a first-line caliber sniper who's playing on the second line with a bunch of first-liners. Yeah, this is going to be a problem for a lot of teams, but I wish we could improve that bottom line chemistry a little bit more. But at the same time, it's really not that bad. It's just more so a matter of having good players down there already, so it's really not going to make a difference. But yeah, this team is scary good. We've got so many players drafted later in any draft, apart from, of course, George Whitney, who was just undrafted. But I don't think we have a guy taken higher than the 38th overall pick on probably this entire team. Like, who would be the... That's not right. You guys missed that? I missed that. Whoops. So yeah, we brought Alex Tuch in as a first rounder, which is a pretty blatant mistake. Goes pretty blatantly against the rules, and I caught myself just now on that. So what should my consequence be there, guys? Because I totally just went against the rules. Totally just made a pretty blatant mistake overall. So yeah, we're gonna have to fix that, but What? How did I manage that? That was pretty bad. But anyways, we're going to have to move Alex Tuck now. Did he play a whole season? He played a whole season for this team. That is my fault, guys. I'm sorry about that. Totally went against my own rules. But it's okay, because we're going to figure it out, and we'll get this team sorted out. Alright, so I've done some scouting on some players here. We're going to start the simulation. I'll probably stop it up pretty quick. Make a couple trades, and not even a couple. We'll use up like one of our last trades here because I'm an idiot and I accidentally let Alex Tuck play on this team for a whole season. So yeah, don't even ask me what I was doing or what I was thinking, because that was just brutal. So yeah, ooh, Stone immediately out with a concussion, man. Seriously, as the captain too. Fantastic. I mean, 4-0 start for the Pirates. That's not bad. Brayden Point, 10 points. Oh my goodness. Okay. Power forwards. I'd prefer not to go for Jamie Benn. But if that's the only option we have, well then maybe. So let's first off pursue. I'm thinking maybe Greenway. And he looks like a good fit. What about Kubalik? No. The other guys were... I can't even remember. Anders Lee doesn't fit. Okay, let's push a Greenway deal here, because that was just brutal on my own part, and I would like you guys to forgive me for that. But if you don't, roast me in the comments below, because that was just bad. But I still want to take an asset off of Minnesota here, preferably. So is that equal? It is. Okay, perfect. So there you go. We replace Alex Tuck with a slightly worse Jordan Greenway. And yes, it's not ideal, but we got a second out of it still, which was my own fault again. But if Greenway fits like it says he should, well, there you go. How many goals? Bro. No way. Kaprizov is averaging 2 points per game right off the start of the season. Whitney's at a goal a game. Oh my goodness gracious. I bet you, what's his name? I bet you Alex Tuck was just going off as well. And then we traded him for like literally, not nothing, but Jordan Greenway. So anyways, guys, I'm going to get into the majority of the sim now here. We'll get half of it done, but I do want to show you the team, of course, because they are 4-0 at the current moment. So we're looking at 95 offense, 91 defense, 85 goaltending. That's pretty insane. So yeah, anyways, I'll be back with you guys at the halfway point, so 41 games. We'll take a quick look at the Pirates and how they're doing, and then go from there. Alright guys, so at the halfway point of the season, Brayden Point is now leading the team with 56 points in just 40 games. And, well, the Pirates aren't doing spectacular. They were just sitting in 3rd or 4th place in the league, and then they lost a bunch of games in a row. They literally were under double digits in the loss column. And now they're at 15. Yeah, 15 total losses, 12 regulation. 53 points puts them 5th place now in the league. Carolina and New Jersey, both just going off, obviously. And, yeah, Harry Upshaw really doing some work there. But, who else? Grubauer, Francouz? You're telling me Pavel Francouz is leading that team to that record. Alright, say what you will. Rick Summers as well on the Jets. Obviously, the Jets are just insane. And nothing to report on this team because we are doing quite fantastic overall. 5th place is not bad. Obviously, we did just finish 2nd last year, but I would say the boys aren't too far off from that. Kirill Kaprizov going off. We've got so many guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players over a point per game out of the forward group, and it probably would have been 6 if Alex Tuch was not a first rounder. But Jordan Greenway is not doing atrocious. I mean, he is playing with some fantastic line mates, so he should be doing better than he is. And he's not really, unfortunately, but George Whitney as well, 31 goals already in 40 games. That's pretty absurd. 20 games in, we were looking at 20 goals for Kirill Kaprizov, which is mind-boggling. Your goal leaders are McDavid, Whitney, and Crosby and Ovechkin. So that's some pretty elite company, but yeah, Kirill Kaprizov in there as well, absolutely. Yeah, McDavid and Draisaitl are, again, just going off as that franchise duo, so kind of hard to really compare to those guys. They're just on a whole other level. But then again, they're not really. They're only 6 points ahead of Point and 8 points ahead of Whitney. Nico Hischier is also going off. He's got an insane amount of points, and I assume Kyler Yamamoto is playing on that line. But yeah, there's some guys just putting up huge numbers, and a lot of them are on our team. Don't get me wrong there. Your best goalie in the league, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Interesting. Harry Upshaw with 20 wins as well. I want to know, do you guys think we should go out and try to get this guy? Because I would love... Oh, I nailed my elbow to scratch my back. But I would love to get this guy. A 94 rated goaltender in that, I think would make a pretty big difference for this team. Never mind the .927 save percentage, which is literally like the best in the league apart from Spencer Knight, which somehow Spencer Knight's there. Aiden Hill has played 4 games, so that makes more sense. But yeah, I just don't know how we'd pull off an Upshaw deal. That's the only thing, is that to get a guy like that, we would have to give up so much. And out of all honesty, Holtby's been injured 2 separate occasions already on this season, and he's out till mid-February. So yeah, I just don't think New Jersey would even be willing to give up a guy like that, because Upshaw is so ridiculously good. Like, yeah, he's literally a full bar of value. Oh, they've got a trade value here. Oh, no, they don't. Okay, never mind. But yeah, literally just to get a guy like that would cost an arm and a leg, a prospect and a first, like things like that. Not a prospect and a first, like a prospect and like 4 firsts kind of thing. Riesenen's actually doing all right. That's the only problem with this team, though, is like apart from our top players, we don't really have a lot of other assets on the team. But that's okay. Like, that's kind of how it's supposed to work. So maybe if we land an elite goalie or 2 here, maybe then we could make a move for Harry Upshaw, because I would love to get him. I don't know if I'd love to pay him, but if he is a pending RFA as well, that is another option that we have. Because yeah, you go to pending free agents. Obviously, I don't think we have the picks to get this guy, but yep, there he is. Harry Upshaw would be requesting a ton of money, but then again, he already has 85 wins in just 140 games, so yeah, I think it would be smart to probably go out and try to bring in Upshaw if we can, but at the same time, you know, we do have our own franchise player here in Whitney, who is absolutely torching the league right now. And he's only asking for $12.3 million, so that's not terrible. Game is saying we could pay him 10 and 10.47, so about 10.5. I don't know if he'd accept it, honestly. But hey, if he does, I would absolutely love to bring him in. Getzel wants 10 mil. That's the problem, is I don't know if we can bring in Getzel for that much. So maybe we will have to trade a bigger piece to make this work, but who is a bigger piece, right? Is it... I don't think it's Klingberg, Stoner, Points. I think a quote-unquote bigger piece would be like Gostisbehere, or maybe... Well, that's the thing, is there's just not a lot. Dudivara, maybe, he's 3 million. So yeah, it's like there's not a ton to move around here really either. But that's, anyways, that's getting ahead of ourselves. We need to win this year anyways. So yeah, I'm going to get through the rest of this season and, well, let's see how it goes. And we do get George Whitney for only $10.5 million. That's a huge, huge deal and a really good contract. Something else that was really strange that I wanted to show you guys was in the draft here. I just saw something that I don't think I've ever seen before. Not being a franchise goalie, that's possible, unlikely but possible. But it was this guy, George Doyle. He is 18 already. Ranked 135th by our scouts, 145th or... Yeah, 145th by Central. So, I don't know why there's an NHL ready goalie, even if he's not elite. Why there's an NHL ready goalie available at pick 135 with apparently A's across the board, apart from his athleticism, maybe. So keep an eye out for him. We will most likely be drafting that name, as well as hopefully Randy Webb, as he's only a 3-year ETA on a goaltender. Alright guys, so coming in at the end of the 2022/23 season. Oh my god, at the end of the 2022/23 season, the Milwaukee Pirates put up a 55-23-4 record for 114 points, beating out the New Jersey Devils by a single point for the President's Trophy. Let's go! One less win than last year, too. One less regulation win, anyways. And the Pirates were absolutely torching everybody this year. Apart from New Jersey, I think we lost both games to New Jersey, which is a little worrisome. Upshaw's a scratch. Interesting, so maybe he's injured. But yeah, they've got a very interesting team there too, in New Jersey. And yeah, Carolina, Winnipeg, other teams to watch out for. But first place finish, man, that feels really nice to finally see this team finish first. I say finally. We're 3 seasons in. This team is not placed any lower than 7th. And never mind the 72 goal campaign from George Whitney. Or how about shout out to Jake Getzel? 109 point year. That's crazy. 50 goals for the man, Kirill Kaprizov as well. You'll love to see it. And 63 points for John Klingberg, who was injured for a couple games as well. Gostisbehere underperformed in my opinion, so that's too bad, because he did get paid a lot of money. But I mean, hey, not everybody can perform up to their contract levels. And 72 goals has got to be like league record. There's no way somebody scored more than 72. I mean, I don't think anyone scored more than 72 goals, but the point totals on McDavid and Draisaitl, my God. My God. That is insane. McDavid almost had a 60-60 year. And 72 is your first place finish. We had 2 of the top 5 goal scorers in the league. And Kaprizov beats Ovechkin, but so does Crosby. So that's interesting. And we had the number 1 shooter in the league on our team in George Whitney. That's just absurd. Most assists in the league is going to go to Jake Getzel, beating out Draisaitl and Point. So that's pretty ridiculous as well. And your best defenseman is John Carlson. Oh my God, he had an assist per game plus all the goals. 95 points. That's huge. That is just insane. Man, what a year. What an absolutely stunning year for John Carlson. Seth Jones was pretty good too. Same with Yossi. Those guys were all just workhorses. And then Klingberg places, top 10 kind of thing. So, I mean, it is what it is. Not gonna lie. Adam Boqvist looks absolutely fantastic too for fitting our team, but of course we cannot go for him. Rick Summers leads all defensemen with, I assume, 33 goals, yes. But Bufflin went off too for 47. That's not bad. 47 points anyways. So yeah, that is that. Tuukka Rask is your best goalie on the year with 40 wins in St. Louis, of all places. Hellebuck with 39. Same with Henrik Lundqvist. Holy. Andy Ranta was great in Pittsburgh. Grubauer in Phoenix, Florida, sorry. And of course, Harry Upshaw got injured, but it still had 38 wins. So again, I would love to get my hands on Upshaw if we can, just to have that bona fide number 1 goalie. I mean, yes, don't get me wrong, Holtby's good. Holtby's quite a nice goalie, but he's just not on that same level, not where a bunch of these other guys are. Oh, I forgot to show you the rookies. Sorry. Oh, my nose is itchy right now. Anyways, for the entire NHL, we are looking at, for rookie skaters, Cole Caulfield breaks into the league this year. That doesn't make any sense. But 55 points, 32 goals as well. Not bad. Dylan Guenther also breaking into the league. Same with Sami Kuka. Was he the first? No, he was the 4th overall pick. Jeez. And that Carter Hood also put up 48 points. So he's pretty insane. Kurashev actually did really well. My goodness. Vyacheslav Bobrovsky's up to a 92. Jeez. Talk about a defenseman. LA's got one. Shane Wright. Only 39 points in his rookie campaign. Nothing really special there. Drysdale's good. Kabanov, not so much. Not in Pittsburgh anyways. And then I'm only gonna assume that other guys like Savoie and Lambert either didn't play or are in the minors. And yeah, that was just a crazy good season overall from the Pirates. That's just, jeez. All right. So let's get this thing lined up, see who we're going to be taking on in the first round, and it's going to be the Minnesota Wild, the one team that we made multiple trades with this year. How is their roster shaping up? And that is the Minnesota Wild lineup that we're going to have to take on. Obviously not as scary with Kaprizov on this team. But, they got Alex Tuch back. He could be a force if he's playing well, but we'll see. Brylan would be a guy I'd say we watch out for, but who knows? And then they got quite the defense here with Stapleton, Jones, Dumba Suter, and Brodin and Edler, backed up by Tristan Jarry and Malcolm Subban. So nothing crazy. They really did not play Kevin Fiala at all, which is too bad. But overall, they got a pretty good team. Not 3 100-point scorers, good of a team, but still a good team. So I think we're actually going to get into this, mainly because I just want to make it past the first round this year. That's it. That's the only reason why I think we're going to take this on. And it would be really nice not to pull a Tampa Bay Lightning. And of course, choke in the first round. But let's get going. Day by day, you guys have seen the team. What's going to happen? First game, 7-2 victory. 4 assists for Jake Getzel. That's disgusting. All right. Advancing to a couple more days here now. How'd the AHL? Ooh, okay. Well, that one stings. Anyways, game 2 against Minnesota. Madison's really taking a beating right now. 7-6 OT win. Getzel has 7 points in 2 games. This is absolutely insane. Talk about playoff Getzel. Holy. Alright. Did they win that one? No, they didn't. Alright. Madison's done. And they put up a 48-win record, too. But then again, Cleveland put up 63 wins. So, anyways, game number 3 against Minnesota. 7-1 loss. We give up 7 goals. Seriously, man? That's something else. Alright. Okay. Don't know exactly what just went on there, but that is what it is. Who's out? Oh, Carlo's out. That makes sense. Okay, we need a big win here coming up, boys. Can we take it on away ice? We just need one. And Kaprizov's healthy, and we win 3-2. Beautiful. Getzel with 8 points in 4 games. He's averaging 2 points per game. Alright, so now we shall slow sim, as this could be a series deciding game. And let's see what's going to happen. So, first period. It's a 1-1 start. George Whitney opens the scoring. Alex Newhook ties it up. And 11-9 for Milwaukee, leading the first period in shots. Second period, it's a 3-1 game as Sanford takes the lead for the Pirates, and then George Whitney widens the lead just a minute later on the power play, 25-14 after the second period. And that is looking like the Pirates will not be pulling a 2019. I spoke too soon, maybe. Jordan Stahl scores. I want to say 2019 Tampa Bay Lightning. Braden Point scores. Beautiful. The only member of the Tampa Bay Lightning from that team here, making a big difference. So, 35-25 in shots. It's not looking good for Minnesota. And power play for Milwaukee finishes off the game. We will advance to round number 2. So that is it. That's all I wanted to get out of the way. I wanted to make sure Milwaukee was not knocked out in the first round. And, well, most of the series look like they're going according to plan, except for maybe Florida. I thought Florida was one of the better teams, but maybe not. Edmonton, Winnipeg. All right, looks like all the better teams are ahead. Edmonton could lose still, which would not hurt us at all. Although Vegas is good. The only sweep was Vancouver on St. Louis, though. Why did that go to edit lines? Anyways, interesting one there. George Whitney's got 8 goals in 5 games. Seriously, man? That's pretty ridiculous. Never mind, 8 points in 5 games for Klingberg as well. He's been electric. Alright, are we going to decide a playoffs here? And yes, we are. So we'll be taking on Winnipeg, and Edmonton chokes it. They were up 3-1, I'm pretty sure. Or no, 2-1 for sure. It was 2-2, 3-2 Edmonton, 3-3 Vegas, and then Vegas wins it. Toronto, yeah, literally all those teams I expected to get through. Edmonton is the only team that was upset, I'm pretty sure. Because if we go and look at the standings, I'm pretty sure just about every team that played here is in the top 8. Yep, New Jersey, yep. Washington. Actually, oh, Vegas. Vegas is coming in as a dark horse. Holy. So yeah, Edmonton was upset. But they didn't even, what? How come, what? Oh, I'm so confused right now. Winnipeg played who? Exactly? Oh, Winnipeg played Colorado. Okay, that makes sense. I think. Or did they? This playoff tree is a little confusing because Vegas, okay, I guess Vegas, Edmonton, Vancouver all get in from the Pacific, and Vegas was way below everyone else. Like Chicago, Dallas, like so many teams should have gone in over Vegas, and they upset Edmonton. Vancouver somehow sweeps St. Louis, don't ask me how, and it goes to 6-4 Winnipeg against Colorado. But Winnipeg was the better team. Obviously, they have Rick Summers. And Minnesota, again, didn't stand much of a chance there. So, yeah, I guess Tampa Bay was technically upset by Florida as well. So, yeah, we only had 2 upsets, 1 per conference. So, not bad. Should be a very high-level playoffs for the upcoming series or 2 here, but you can kind of see who we're scouting out for teams, and honestly, the East is what I'm a little more worried about, just based on, is New Jersey going to come out? Is somebody going to play better than New Jersey and beat them? Who knows, right? But yeah, we'll definitely have to take on the Winnipeg Jets next, and they have got that absolute monster of a defenseman in Rick Summers. How has he not been better? That's strange. But yeah, the Winnipeg Jets, they're a pretty good team, I'd say. Cole Perfetti has very much turned out for them over the span of 3 seasons. They still have Laine and Roslovic, because apparently apparently the Pierre-Luc Dubois deal never went through on this franchise mode. And Rick Summers is, again, Norris caliber defenseman on the back end at 6'4", 225. And then, of course, Hellebuck's in net, backed up by Ullmark, too. Mean, man. That's a mean-looking team. Don't get me wrong. This team is very good-looking, too. But I don't know. What do you guys think is going to happen in the next episode? If you can somehow predict it right, I'm going to highlight that comment after the next round of the playoffs. If you can call who we beat, like if you could call our runs, say like obviously Minnesota. Minnesota's a gimme, okay? But if you guys can predict the next 3 rounds of playoffs, I want to hear it. I want to see who can get the closest, or if anybody can get it right. I'd say we beat Winnipeg in 7 games. That's going to be a tough series, but I think we could do it. And then I would say Vancouver next, I think. But maybe Vegas. I would say Vancouver next. We'd beat Vancouver in 5. And then play, I want to say Carolina in the finals. I think Carolina is going to be a dark horse coming in. Personally, this is just my opinion. I would say Carolina I think we can beat Carolina in 7 games as well. So I'd say 7, 5, and 7 for the series. But that's just what I think is going to happen. So anyways, let me hear your predictions down in the comments below. I want to hear them. And of course, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to go down below, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit that notification bell to never miss when these uploads come out. But that's going to be it for me. This is Etanyos signing out, and until next time.